Hello everyone and welcome to fourth tutorial. In this tutorial we will talk about AVR programmers. Now I will show you what actually happened. So this, for example, is a chip Atmel AVR. Okay, it can have 6 pins, 100 pins and whatever. Now we create, for example, our program in assembly, this is the line, or in the C language, okay, whatever. This program as a source code need to be compiled or assembled to the binary file, which is actually in the hex extension, hex file, okay. This hex file need to be loaded to this flash memory of the microcontroller. In order to do that, we need a special hardware. We call it programmer. For example, this is programmer. Usually is connected through 6 pins, or in the newest chips is I think 1 or 2 pins. So this is, for example, the 6 pins. And here we can have a COM port or parallel port or USB port. Assume we will use the USB. Okay. And now with the special software, for example AVR Proc or AVR Dude, this is different software. Okay, AVR Proc. This program available in AVR Studio, AVR Proc. Okay, or AVR Dude. You can program this file through this cable. It will go to the programmer and it drive it properly through this pin and it load it to the chip. After that you can disconnect these cables and give the power supply with the battery or other sources as you want, and that's it. Your program, which you wrote it here, will start running in the microcontroller. Now also the flash memory in the AVR have also extra space, which is called bootloader. So in the bootloader you can write special program, which is you can protect it, okay, with some process. We will show that step by step because this is a little bit advanced, but I just want to show you in this tutorial how we take our program as a hex file and load it to the chip. But I want to cover you some information which is happen actually in the Arduino. In Arduino they have a bootloader here, a program, and when you create your program in the C language, usually, okay, you can make combination with assembly as well, this is not a problem, okay, and finally, when you compile it with the Arduino software, okay, Arduino, it uses internally the AVR Dude software, AVR Dude. This is the command line program, and it's take the compiled file from this source code, which is the hex, and load it through the USB, and actually it has a connect not through the programmer anymore, because Arduino is a development board. Okay, this is development board. It has a chip inside, which is this chip, okay, and it has the bootloader program here, and it has, for example, the USB port. So you connect to the computer, and this is your computer, okay, PC. And with the Arduino software, it loads the program through this USB cable directly to this chip, okay, utilizing the bootloader. And if you, for example, make another application here, it will not erase the bootloader ever, but is just replace the code for other program here. So the bootloader is always protected. You cannot erase it, okay, in the AVR Dude, in the Arduino. And now I will continue with the programming. Now we need to find the proper programming, the proper programmer for the programming of AVR microcontrollers. The most of the computers nowadays don't have the serial port and parallel port. And actually in the second tutorial I was mentioned to download the Pony probe and in order to use for programming, but actually we will not use it anymore because I decide and create a special application, and we utilized one of the Arduino clone boards where we will load the hex file which I will create and make it Arduino board as a programmer. This is the best approach. So I will show you now what actually happened. Now I will open the web browser and for example type the cool components. This is one of the online shops. If we go for example here in the programmers, AVR, now here the cheapest programmers, as I mentioned, is the AVR PG1 programmer and AVR PG2. Okay, this costs just $8.99. But this needs serial port. As I mentioned, most of you don't have serial ports. I'm lucky I have the hardware serial ports. If you try to use USB to serial converter, it will not work with the Pony probe because this programmer was designed to use the Pony probe software. And for the rest of us, or for the rest of you who don't have the serial port or parallel port, you need to use USB programmers. The available from this side USB programmers are not very cheap. Look, price 27, 26, 99. So there is another one interesting option. If you go in the Arduino, after the publishing their source code, how this open hardware is working, many companies create the clone boards. So if you go here in the clone boards, you will find something much better even than the original Arduino boards. And I like this board, which is cost just $14.99. It's called Seeeduino version 3.0 and it has Atmel Mega 328P. So we will use this board and for Arduino programs, but we will use it as a general programmer in order to program other chips. Like for example, we will connect some cables, most here except of this, and one pair from here. So we'll use this 5, and we will connect external chip here, and through PC with USB cable we will program the external microcontrollers. Okay. Officially the Arduino say we have the solution is called Arduino as ISP. Now if you go to this website and do these steps, yes, you can program with the Arduino, other Arduino, and maybe with AVR Dude, other microcontrollers. But you cannot use it with AVR Studio because this software here is not compatible with AVR Studio. Now I will show you this in the practice. Assume now I will connect the AVR Seeeduino clone board to my USB, and I will open the AVR Dude Arduino software. Always make mistakes now. Now the Arduino is loaded, okay? Here, if you go in the examples and Arduino ISP, it will open your new window. So the previous one you can close. And in this new window, just go first in Tools, Board, select Arduino 2009 with Alpha TAF Mega 328, okay? Because this is Seeeduino compatible settings. And also go in the Tools again and select Serial Port. And COM port 2, in my case is COM port 2, but I don't know which COM port you will have. You will find it easily if you go My Computer's Properties, Hardware, Device Manager, and in the ports here you will have USB serial port. So if it's not COM 2, it will be something else. So select that here in Tools, Serial Port. After that, press Upload. So it will compile this Arduino ISP source code, okay? And then it will load it to the Seeeduino board. And if you do, let's wait to finish this process. Let's take time to compile. File not recognized. Strange. So this Arduino software still have bugs. Okay, let's try again. Upload. Okay, done uploading. So this is one of the reasons why I don't like Arduino, because it's not very stable, okay? It has some bugs and is written in Java, so I will teach you something professional. Anyway, so you program this chip, now you can close this program, and if you go in the AVR Studio, I will open this folder in Program Files, Atmel, AVR Tools, AVR Prog, and if you open this exe, suppose your Arduino ISP should work as a AVR 910 programmer, but it's not working. You see, it's saying not supported. For this reason, what I done? So forget about the Arduino solution here. It's not the best approach for us. It's okay, but not perfect. And we will do something much clever. In the past, Atmel have published very interesting article. It's called AVR 910. In this PDF, they publish. Let's download that PDF. Now my download manager is open. I will cancel it and just directly open. Okay, now in the page 10 of this document, okay, if you go page 10, you will see this schematic, but it has some weaknesses. It again use here the serial port, which most of you don't have and have USB, and it has a microcontroller which you need to program. So actually this is the most compatible programmer for AVR Studio, but we cannot build it because we don't have programmer to program this chip. So we need to find a programmer. So what actually happened here? Apart of that, the Atmel published the AVR 910.asm source code, and many people based on this source code continue the development of this firmware. And in this site, let me find it here, AVR 910. Source strange area programmer. AVR 910. It should be somewhere here. Maybe in the next page. Source. Maybe here. AVRSP firmware. Not this one. Try to find the website from where I download the firmware for the AVR 10. Let's see. Probably this one, no? Yes. So from this website I download this project, but it was built for Alpha Tiny 2319 microcontrollers. In 2007 it was the last version. So actually after 5 years I decided to create and modify this project in order to support and actually port it to this microcontroller. So I spent a couple of hours and reconstruct the project, compile it, and create this hex file. So now what we will do? First step in go and buy this development board, okay? And as I mentioned before, if you use it with the Arduino, it will not help you to program these external microcontrollers with AVR Studio. So in order to do it as AVR 910, you need to connect it first like this. So I will wire, by default, when you buy this development board, it's come without the connector here, okay? So what you need to do is to solder a connector as I done here, and connect 4 wires here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how I know this information? Okay, let me show you this as well. Apart from this interesting project, was another one Japanese guy who wrote Arduino AVR writer article. If you go in this website, you can find from the Kimio Kosako very interesting information, but actually I use just this CERTAG zip and the AVR.GUI and the information how we will do the self-programming. So we will use this board with this chip and without any other external programmer which we attach here to program this chip. we will use directly this FTDI through these pinouts and program this chip. Okay, so these tricks is explained here in this article, so thanks to all these guys who contribute to this project. And I will provide in my website the file with the folders AVR Dude AVR 910 and AVR Dude Bitbank. So also you will have some images here and 2 firmware files. All these 4 files will help you to create the AVR 910 programmer. So as I mentioned, do this, connect, and I will do exactly right now with you. And let me connect this here. And this here. And this here. So I connect these 4 wires and then connect to the USB. When you've done that, go to this AVR Dude Bitbank folder and run this AVR Dude GUI. Now in this interface, you should have this declared here. So it should mention this file here. And in programmer, select FTD232R sequence Bitbank. Okay, they have many others here. So just select this one. Then select AlphaTAF Mega 328P, because this is the chip on our Arduino compatible board, which is Seeeduino. Okay, this is the chip. And then select these options, -P capital FT0, and this port left empty. If you do the settings, first press a read button here. If you can read, it should be 0F. Then press also this read. Okay, this is DFFF05. This is the default settings which this board coming. And you can save it firmware. You can say read and store it to the file, as I done here. So I saved it, the original firmware in the Seeeduino version 3.0 bootloader hex. Okay, and after that I program it with my modified AVR 910 for Mega 328 firmware, which I take it from this project as I mentioned. So I will close this one and this one as well. Now I will select that firmware here, open, and after that I will press chip erase. Yes. So now it will erase the chip. Now the chip is empty. Oh, my English is very bad. So this chip now is empty without the bootloader. So after erasing the chip, press erase, verify, write and verify. So now is erasing and write and verify the chip with this firmware. So it's finished. And then go here and say DB and EF, and here press 3F. Press here write and press here write. So press read now and read. Good. So our settings for fuse and log bits set properly, and our firmware was loaded to the flash memory properly. So now you can close this program and here in this folder where you was been, you can go out now. So use this AVR bit bank when you want to program the Seeeduino board by itself. Okay? Now, if you want to program external microcontrollers, you can go to the AVR Dude AVR 910, start this GUI, and select here, of course, the AVR Dude for this folder, okay? The programmer, Alpha Tough low-cost serial programmer AVR 910, comport. In my case it was comport 2. Now I have one external AVR butterfly board, so it has Mega 169 chip, and here you need to type -B 19200. This is for baud rate. Now I will disconnect from USB and quickly connect my AVR butterfly to the Seeeduino board. So assume I will connect it. If you press the read button and here read button, you should read the information, and then you can load here the hex file and write to the chip. Now I mentioned that we want to use it with AVR Studio. Okay, of course we can use it with AVR Studio. So if I will connect back the USB cable and close this GUI and go to the my computer's program files in Atmel folder AVR Pro and press on this file. That's it, it's working, you see? AVR Pro application is opening. And you remember previously when we used with Arduino ISP, this AVR Pro was not opened. Now when you select here the chip which you want to program, you can load the hex file here and press program, and also you can use the advanced settings and set up the fuse. For this I will show you in the next, in some other tutorials, how we'll use the AVR Pro. So in this tutorial I summarize what I've done here. Is I find a very cheap development board which I will use not only for Arduino project but for external programming. So I obtain it. I find software from the AVR 910 source code which I modified and create this hex file. So you will find this hex file on my website as well. Everything will be there. And as I explained it in all this step by step, how to build your programmer from Arduino boards. So if you follow all these steps carefully, you should succeed with your conversion from Seeeduino to the AVR writer programmer compatible with AVR 910 protocol. Okay, if you have any question, just left in the comments on this article, and I will be happy to answer you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.